on Keep on Truckin'. He came out with it 2 hours after he had a very bitter split with the Temptations. And if you listen to the lyrics to Keep on Truckin', he's basically giving them a 1-2 punch, uppercut. You know how the hip-hop artists have songs talking about each other back and forth?
Right.
Well, the Temptations and Eddie Kendricks and David Ruffin and Dennis Edwards, they all had songs talking about each other.
Okay, yeah, giving it to it.
Yeah, so Keep on Truckin'. And shortly after Keep on Truckin' made number one, Rick James called Eddie Kendricks and created a reunion with Eddie Kendricks, David Ruffin, and Dennis Edwards, and they all got together and they made that song. Right. What's that song with Rick James where the Temptations are singing in the background? I cannot even think of it right now, but that song came out as a result of the feud that the former lead singers of the Temptations was having with the current members of the Temptations. You're listening to
Interesting
J Stone Vintage Soul on KBF 88.3 FM, the voice of the people. Speaking of the Temptations, Eddie Kendricks sang lead on Ball of Confusion.
Ball of Confusion.
But we're going to listen to a cover of Ball of Confusion, which is actually performed by the person who actually wrote the song, Norman Whitfield and his group, Undisputed Truth. You're listening to KBF 88.3 FM, the voice
of the people.
It's such a cold, cold world. It's a bold, bold world.
Yeah, people that don't dig people are dragged.
Right on. People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of the skin.
Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Vote for me and I'll set you free.
Rap on, sister, rap on.
Well, the only person talking about love, thine brother, is a preacher.
And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregate, determinate, demonstrate, obligation to our nation. Well, that's what the world is today. Yeah. The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Young folks walking around with their heads in the sky.
Cities aflame in the summertime.
And the beat goes on. Revolution, gun control, sound of soul.
Shooting rockets to the moon. Kids growing up too soon.
Politicians say more taxes will solve everything. Well, and the band played on.
attention everywhere. Unemployment rising fast, the Beatles do records again. The only safe place to live is on an Indian reservation.
Well, and the band played on. Eve of destruction.
Tax deduction, city inspectors,
Bill collectors.
all clothes in demand, population out of hand.
Suicide, too many bills.
Hippies moving to the hills.
People all over the world are shouting in the war. Horns, horns,
Right on, take me higher, 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 higher.
music, music,
Right on, take me higher, 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 higher.
music, music.
Right on, take me higher, 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 higher.
Booga, booga, can't you hear me talking to you? Just a more confusion. Well, that's what the world is today. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That was the Undisputed Truth.
The undisputed truth.
Yes.
That's
Ball
when
of
you
confusion.
can't even dispute the truth because it's undisputed.
Undisputed. Psychedelic soul.
Yeah, they're actually the creators of the genre, psychedelic soul. Norman Whitfield, he was a prolific songwriter for Motown. He spent most of the time writing for the Temptations and for the Supremes. But when he wanted to venture out, and he could not venture out within the confines of Motown, he left Motown, started Whitfield Records, and created this group called Undisputed Truth.
Yeah.
And they started singing his songs that he sang, that he wrote for the Supremes
artists.
and the Temptations.
That were a little too edgy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned something about Undisputed Truth, that their style back in 1971, they were
they were actually the rhythm and blues group that popularized the wearing of Afrocentric uniforms or garb, whatever you want to call it.
and the afros and everything.
And then because one of their members actually left and went to form what we now know as the Ohio Players, and then it just spread like wildfire.
Do you have something to say, Lauren?
You want to say hello?
Lauren the Jazzy Leo.
He's laughing now.
Fussing to get on the microphone. Say something. Here you go. Say it. Tell him.
Go ahead. Say something, son.
Hello.
No,
he's trying to eat the mic. Trying to eat the microphone. We're going to back up because Johnny Griffith, the one who sang the group, he wrote Plane of Illusion, was a pianist. He was a keyboardist. He was more than like a session musician. He was an instrumentalist, and he would play with larger like groups, well known Marvin Gaye. He did hits like Heard It Through the Grapevine and I Can't Help Myself by the Four Tops, and then he worked with the Supremes with Stop in the Name of Love. So the music that you hear, the keyboard and piano and or organ, was Johnny Griffith, more than likely. With those artists.
Those of you that listen to this show enough, you'll see that we are connecting dots.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful exercise that we're doing here, because you're able to see, okay, this song and this person and this group, all of this stuff is interrelated.
Right.
And it's a beautiful experience for me.
It is I'm
glad you're sharing your experience with me, man.
It is a beautiful experience. Back in those times, everybody just kind of stuck together. If you were a bad musician, and you played, especially as a session musician, that everybody just pretty much, just like now.
Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
Bad meaning good. Even now, the musicians stick together in the, hey, so-and-so is doing this over here. Let's roll over here. Or you could pick up the phone, or now it's social media, but hey, I need you to come and play for me for this tune. So yeah, that whole collaboration, it's a beautiful thing.
All right. You're listening to Jay Stone Vintage Soul on KBF 88.3 FM, the voice of the people in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Can they listen live? How?
They can listen live?
Yeah, KBF 88.3. KBF.org.
Oh, you talk about online?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Go to the website and it'll lead you there. Let's go ahead and go into our Prince song for the day. All right?
Let's do it.
You are so divine, I love you. Your vibration touch my soul. You are so divine, I love you. Your vibration touch my soul. I can feel your light shining, like your body's on fire, like the gods of the moon. You know you sang a different tune, babe. Now I can feel your infinite love. If it's just a word, I'll be there for you, love. Do what you want.